Hello there, everybody. Welcome to Movies Are Real for the month of October 2021. I almost said 2022. Weird. I'm already thinking about 2022, folks. Hello there, everybody. I'm George. Again, I'm introducing myself again like I did last time. Hello, everyone. You remember me from the last episode. Crazy. Hi, I'm George. I'm here with Carrie Lyles.
Hello.
Ryan Lance.
We live in a twilight world.
That's
baby.
true, man. It really is true. Folks, I'm going to be the first to say it. Movies are real because, boy howdy, have we been in the movie theater a lot lately. And it's felt fucking great, folks. Movies are back.
I remember I told my friend, I was like, wow, there's just too many movies to see this weekend. What a great problem to have.
Yeah.
And best part, none of us saw Turtles.
Yeah, no one of us. Well, we'll talk about it, I guess. I guess it's a November movie, so. But, yeah, I have no plans to watch that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that when we get to it. But yeah, man, it's like wild. I think something like you could have watched a Denis Villeneuve movie and the new fucking movie from Edgar Wright, I guess. But, like, a lot of these movies from, like, directors with a capital D or all the same. I guess they, for one way or another, maybe it's good or bad, they all got lumped in. Like,
yeah.
You guys fight it out. We got fucking Spider-Man.
Movies are back. Fight for it.
Fight for the audience. But all the crowds every time I went to our Alamo was pretty packed. So
Yeah.
people were ready, folks. And we got all that to say is that we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We've already seen a few November things, so those things are not here, but we'll talk about them when we get to the movies in November. But first, as per usual, we gotta come up with a fun bit name for the first movie of the month, because it's always the one that gets the short end of the stick, where we're like, oh, that movie was like 5 eons ago. And the first movie on the list today is Lamb, released by A24, distributed by A24. This is I wrote down Icelandic film about a lamb who's a little bit different. This lamb she's
Not like other lambs.
She's not like other lamb.
Not like other girls.
She's not like other lamb girls. She's a half lamb, half a human. There's this Iceland like farmers. They have lamb, and then this lamb is like, I'm a half human, and then they're like, let's keep it. And then that's the movie, folks.
That's it.
Then stuff happens, but
And stuff happens.
yeah. I mean, I was gonna throw it to one of you guys to say that, but like, a lot of this movie is like, they have a lamb half daughter. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, they're just hanging out. They're just hanging out. Not a lot happens.
I think the main thing is because like you don't really understand what's going on with the lamb at first. Like we knew because we saw the trailers.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, right.
But like at first it's like they just have a lamb in a crib. Like, all right, what's going on? And I forget what the first scene. Oh, it's when the lamb baby. Not to give like a horrible spoiler, but like. It's not in like its crib or whatever, and they find it outside, and he's like,
Yeah.
oh, that is a human body, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's like a bit into the movie. So
It is a bit into the movie.
So it like
yeah.
adds like oh, it like answers a lot of things. But then like the main thing is the brother of one of the main characters comes to stays with them, and after they've like,
It's kind of a burnout is the vibe I get from him.
Yeah, and it's all him just being like, this doesn't seem correct, right? And they're like,
This is
miracles,
weird, right?
Nature is love
Like,
and
no,
environment.
this is happiness, and this is our family.
And it's like, okay. So a lot of weird. That's where like the conflict.
Yeah, and he's got some racist uncle energy towards the lamb.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
We
you know
don't like
what?
that on this
You're
podcast.
pretty all right. Spoilers. They make amends with the lamb. And also, I guess him and his brother were part of a really cool Iceland Europop fucking man. I was like, this is great. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, so this movie is really slow, and I kind of vibed with it for one reason or another. I think it's a very theater movie, or something like maybe a rainy day. It's not like we're gonna make an event out of watching this movie, because it's just kind of there's not a lot that happens in this movie. Yeah, I don't know. I liked it. Maybe it was because what did I have with that? I think I had some loaded French fries.
Ooh.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I had that for possession. I
Hell
had the
yeah.
Thai pizza.
Ooh,
That's what I
my
had.
favorite.
Yeah. Maybe it was the Thai pizza. I was like, man, this is good pizza.
I think I also had the Thai pizza watching
Oh.
this movie.
But yeah, I had a fine time with it. I think it's hard for me to say anything about the performances. Everybody's pretty muted, and it's also not in English. It's fine. I think Iceland definitely looks like Death Stranding.
Oh,
I was
100%,
thinking that.
yes.
I was like, oh my god, this is the best.
They're saying it looks very dreary and looks kind of like an alien planet with a lot of grass. Yeah, I don't know.
They're like, we need a delivery we need diapers for our lamb
Yeah,
child.
her fucking.
I got it.
Anyways, does anybody else have anything to say about this movie?
It's lamb.
I like it a lot.
I like
I
it.
too.
There's just not a lot to say about
I
it.
think it's a vibe is honestly the best,
Yeah.
best way you can put it.
I think if people don't like the quote unquote A24 vibe
No.
movies,
Oof.
don't watch
You're gonna
this.
fucking hate
this.
this.
Is an A24 movie,
Yeah.
if there ever was one.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people being like, this is like A24 self-parodying itself. Yeah,
Again,
I'm
even
like,
though they
it
had
is, but
no-
I like
I love that.
It's clearly like they made this movie and they're like, we should release it in America. I was like, what if we pitch A24? And they're like, this is exactly our nonsense. We're on board, guys. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
I
This is
like this
100% it. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I think it's not much else to say about it, but I would recommend it. It's a good rainy day movie. That's what I'm gonna say. Titane. Am I pronouncing that right? Is it Titane?
I have no idea.
I believe so, because it's just
That's
a French.
how-
It's
that's
just
how
a
I
French
pronounce
word
it.
for titanium, right?
Maybe. I'm
I
not
would
French.
assume so.
I don't know.
Not French.
I can double check that. But Carrie, while I double check what Titane means, what's the story? What's going on in this one?
I don't even know what it's about.
Neither do I.
There's a car maybe involved at some point.
Mhm.
Oh, the car is
car
certainly
is involved.
You are correct.
This movie starts off with this there's a car wreck involving our main character when she was a child, and she has to have this like cochlear surgery on her ear and head to like, I think to give her hearing, to preserve her hearing, so she winds up with this gnarly wicked cool scar. But then we cut to her as an adult and she's doing this like striptease performance at what seems to be a car convention, and then it cuts to her like murdering someone, and it's just like, this movie's off the rails and I've been here for 15 minutes. And then she just kind of goes on a murdering spree / goes
Yeah.
into hiding and is on the run.
Yeah, it's like this movie has like two parts. Like the first part is like this weird serial killer, just like killing people. And at first you're like, okay, maybe she's killing just like, cause like the first kill I feel like you see is like not a very chill person.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, maybe she just. But then like as it goes like, oh no, she's just
got a weird
she just
thing going
really
on.
loves killing people. That is interesting, and it's very. The first kill especially is very like, oh god.
It's very disturbing.
It's very yuck, and you can like tell like, oh, this lady has done it a while, and what makes me feel like so bad is the character who plays Justine in Raw.
Mhm.
She has a small role in this movie. Unfortunately, she is killed, and I just feel very bad about that. But then after the events of that, she goes into hiding, and I don't want to like get too spoilerific, but she looks up in order to go into hiding for all the, because she killed like a bunch of people and did not make it, did not try to clean
There
it
were
up.
more people in the house than she thought when
Yeah,
she
yeah, yeah.
killed the
Oh.
girl.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
she
yeah.
was like, well,
I hate when that
here we go.
happens.
Awkward, right? So she looks up like a child who went missing years ago,
Mhm.
and and because those always are like, here's what we think they might look like now, and then she disguises herself as what that child would be like as an adult, and is like, I am that missing child, and then she goes to live with the father of that missing child,
Wow.
claiming to be that missing child, which is
Not where I thought this movie was
Not
gonna
what
go.
I thought it would go either, and it's a very bleak premise for the second half of the movie. But George, don't worry. There's another weird thing that goes on that I don't know if I want to get super into, but as she's pretending to be this role, she's having some lady problems, I will say, that get very bizarre. Now, Carrie, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I am a biological male. This is something I don't talk about a lot. It's a deep shame of mine.
Are you gonna ask me if what happens to her in this film is normal?
Yeah, is that a thing that you deal with
No.
regularly? Oh, okay. Thank God. Thank God. I was terrified. Absolutely terrified.
No.
Well,
she's an outlier. There's some.
Oh man, the beauty of cinema. Am I right?
Yeah. This movie is insane and has some of the most effective body horror I've seen in recent years. Because I was deeply disgusted several times, and I don't deeply disgust easily.
Yes. What I learned about this is I went to see it. I used a free movie ticket from like 2 years ago.
Sick.
Back when movie theaters were open more. And I was the only person in the theater until one other dude came by and sat like way behind me.
Mm-hmm.
So for some scenes in this movie, it was very interesting being alone in a theater with one other dude. I really wanted to be like, so what'd you think of the car scene? But yeah, it's an interesting film.
Yeah.
Very different from Raw, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's different from Raw, but it's still like, yeah, this is the lady who made Raw.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
she's just going through something else right now.
Yeah. And she's just making balls to the wall crazy ass movies.
And
I love that.
I love that. I do love that. I wish I do like Raw more because that feels more
me too.
focused and sincere. It's a dark movie, so I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot more going on in Titane than I
There is
picked up on in the first
Yeah.
viewing, so I'll need to watch it again, which I'm not looking forward to be honest, because it's
Yeah.
very great but very disgusting.
Yeah. It's rough. Very good though.
Very good.
Okay.
A very unique film.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. Much like Raw, there's not much else like it out there.
No.
Okay.
So if you like unique, weird French films, I got some
And
news
I do.
for you. Yeah, and also I looked it up. Titane is the French word for titanium.
Sick.
Who could have guessed?
You did guess.
I did guess it. Also, I don't really know what the title means other than the titanium inner thing. Unless I didn't pick up on something.
Like I said, there's a lot going on.
There's a
here.
lot going on in that
I
film,
don't
yeah.
understand.
I really could go for something.
As a big dumb myself.
Yes, this is the Big Dumb Podcast. Let's rebrand. I'm sorry.
All right.
Um,
All right. Well, that's Titane, folks. I look forward to watching it eventually.
Hell yeah.
that seems like it'll go on Shudder or something, right?
Somewhere. I'll go.
Maybe.
I feel like Raw ended up. Raw was on Netflix for
Raw,
a bit, but
Raw
I don't know
was,
if that,
and now it's back on Netflix.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
it'll end up somewhere.
It'll
I'm
end
sure.
up somewhere.
I'll end up somewhere. What is on Shudder though?
Hell
VHS 94. I have not watched this yet. VHS is back.
It's been like 5
It's
years.
been a while, and the last one was extremely bad. It was really not good.
I still have not seen that
It's
one.
not very good.
Don't need to.
It's pretty bad. But VHS 94. I have not seen it, but everyone says that it's back, baby. Have you both seen it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Carrie, what did you think of VHS 94?
I enjoyed it a lot. I really liked it. Like, I thought the segments were all really cool, except for me and Ryan both share the opinion that the wraparound segment kind of fucking sucked. But there was.
I mean the connect like the
thing that brings all the stories
The
together.
framed narrative.
Yeah, there we go. That's the word.
That's the professional word that I remembered somehow.
I think that each different segment has something to offer, and there's
Yes.
like, whether it be like a fun gimmick or like a great vibe or just an interesting, hilarious thing. I'm thinking of the Storm Drain one specifically when I say that, but I don't know. I think it's a really good movie. I really enjoyed it.
I think it's definitely, on par with the better I think it's on par with like the first VHS. VHS 2 I feel like is the best one.
Yeah, I would agree.
But I think each segment had like the premise that was like interesting enough. I feel like as it went on, it kind of went down for me. Do you want to talk like premise by premise, like very briefly?
Yeah,
Carrie.
I can do that.
So the frame narrative, just to get that out of the way, is like these guys like storming like a facility, and there's
like,
there's people like watching
agents or cops or something.
Yeah, and it's like this weird cult thing, and a bunch of people watching the weird tapes. So that's how they find the weird tapes.
Yeah, they're in like a warehouse.
And it does nothing, and the ending comes out of complete nowhere because they're like, we need to end this now.
Yeah,
it's really bad. Like it looks, and it's an idea, but it does not end very well.
Yeah.
The first one is the first one is Storm Drain.
Yes.
Sorry, and I feel like this is the one that people like the most. I think
Yeah.
I like this one the most too. It's the Rat Man. The main premise of this one is it's a reporter like reporting on these weird cases of people finding like a rat man in the sewers.
Yeah, she's doing like a piece on local folklore
Yeah.
about this rat man.
Ah, great.
And the found footage element is like, it's a news report. Like they found this like they unearthed this like news reporting segment thing. Very, very cool.
Very fun.
Very cool visual.
Wait, like it's already edited?
It is already edited.
Oh.
It's edited like it's a news story,
Okay.
basically. It's
Yeah.
it's very
It's her
fun.
and her cameraman trying to go on scene to get footage and like info about the rat man,
Yeah.
and then they descend into the storm drain.
It's very fun. It's my favorite. Your favorite is
My
the
favorite
Empty Wake.
is the empty wake, and this one is basically just it takes place in a funeral home, and it's a girl being left in charge of a super late night viewing. And it's like her first night being left alone overnight to observe this viewing, and her boss leaves, and she's just sitting there for like hours and nothing happens, and the power keeps going on and off. But that's just the setup for that one. She's just in this funeral home waiting for this wake to start, and then no one shows up, and there's a storm, and everything's fucking weird.
It's certainly a vibe. I
I
feel
love
like
that one.
I wish it did more with the ending, but
Yeah.
I did really like that one too.
Yeah, I like that one because the main horror from that is just that feeling of being left in charge at your job for the first time, and things keep going wrong, and you can't settle into a groove.
It's really fun. I like it.
I love that.
I had my main problem with the subject though was like it's VHS 94, right?
Yeah,
But like this is clearly shot in HD.
yeah, this is super visually unlike the other ones.
visually unlike the others, and it's
I think it kind of makes sense in the context though. Like it's like a guy doing technological body mods on people, and like he's like a Frankenstein kind of guy, but like molding machines with real
and
people.
I think that's a fine enough idea, but I just don't know if that makes sense with the whole 94 thing. That's my whole thing.
No,
And I
yeah,
feel
I
like
get it.
and I feel like the story itself is like kind of boring until the end where it just gets nuts.
Yeah, I liked this one a lot.
It's fine. I don't know.
This one felt the most like hardcore Henry out of any of them.
Oh, definitely, yes.
So that would explain our differing opinions on it.
That's true. And then my least favorite is called Terror.
I liked this one too.
And I like the idea of it. I just didn't like any of the characters.
No, yeah.
And I feel like it just took forever. It's like these redneck MAGA like guys like all live in like the woods, and they're like, we're gonna do it. We're gonna blow up the Capitol building or some sort of like government building with our big secret, and they have like this guy like locked in a thing, and there's something weird going on.
Something a little weird.
There's something
with this
weird
guy.
going on with his blood, and that's like the source of like their terrorist plot to like save America or whatever. And it's a very interesting idea, and it's very funny at parts, but
Yeah.
there's too many characters, and none of them have like a distinct personality besides like MAGA.
Yeah,
where it's like,
to be fair.
So
Yeah,
that one just didn't do.
I
much
just
for me. I
like
was
the
just kinda
gimmick
bored.
of that one. I think
The gimmick is
in that
very
one is
it's very
fantastic.
funny, very very bizarre, but yeah.
But yeah, I feel like besides the frame narrative, none of these I would call like stinkers or clunkers.
Oh,
It's
no,
like,
I
have
don't
to
think
sit
so
through this
either.
one now. I think they're all good. And
I think
fun to watch.
they're all definitely fun to watch, and I just really hope that that Bloody Disgusting and Shudder make more of these
Yes.
like every year or two, because it's just
Do it.
it felt like returning home.
Yeah, it felt nice.
It felt very good, because it was like, you know, the VHS went away, and then we had Southbound. I was like, oh, that was fun.
I love Southbound.
But then like they didn't do any more for years, and it's like, come on, these are great. It's such a great opportunity to give horror directors like a chance to make something short and weird. It's
But then
great.
what's his name from Southbound made the best horror movie of 2021? Night House.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Oh, I haven't seen
What
that
what
yet.
segment did he do again in
He
Southbound?
did the surgery one.
Oh, of course he did. Yes. Oh,
And he
that's
also
great.
did the Siren one from the first VHS.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
told me
that's
that. Yep, that's the
awesome.
best one from that one as well.
Mhm.
All right, well that's VHS 94 again. Turns out I've seen a lot of stuff, but turns out I have a lot of shit to watch still. VHS 94. I'm glad it turned out well.
I think you'll enjoy it. It's
Okay.
a very fun movie.
Carrie, I just noticed for this next one you listed someone's name first.
Of course I did. What's the problem?
No, nothing.
He's top billed.
Oh, interesting.
The next movie is Halloween Kills, and Carrie listed Jim Cummings, who has a cameo in this movie before Jamie Lee Curtis.
I mean, they have about the same amount of screen time.
that
if we're being
that
fucking
is
honest.
true. That is 100% true. So I don't blame you.
So last time we had the podcast, we were like, well, I wonder why everyone's so divisive on this movie. Can't wait to find out. Fast forward to today. Yeah, this movie's not very good.
'Cause it's poopy
It's
bad.
very bad. Can we have we need to make an award and then just make it like and just give it to this movie, and that award is the movies are real. What happened award.
What happened here?
Yeah, this is the sequel to Halloween 2018. Like 5 minutes, if you were to believe the narrative structure of these two movies. A movie I saw Halloween 2018 last month, and so that movie was fresh in my mind. And I love Halloween 1, the original, so I all that stuff is in my mind as well. And yeah, this is I don't know what timeline this came out of. This movie is tonally not consistent with the last movie at all, or the original. It is more closely to the Rob Zombie one, if anything, but the Rob Zombie one is way better.
Which is weird because like it's the same director and writers.
Same
too.
crew?
Exact same. Jamie Lee Curtis is producing like she with the last one, I think. So it's like, what happened here?
What
I don't
happened
know.
here? Did you know what a third movie would be, but you didn't know what the second
That's
one would
what
be?
I feel like. Well, it has to be a trilogy. Everything's trilogies now. It's like, oh, I got a great idea for the ending, and plus it'll be called Halloween
Ends.
Ain't that crazy? Wait, what's the middle one gonna be? What if he kills?
What if he kills a lot?
But okay, so what's the plot?
So that little kid is back that she babysat, and
Who cares?
and he's
I did
real.
like him.
Did you? He's
I liked him. I remember I'll just say that's the main thing I remember from the 2018 one.
We missed
as
the I ordered my
Yeah,
hot sauce an
I
hour
saw.
ago line.
I don't think we established.
Oh, you were watching
yeah.
Tenet.
I have Tenet on in the background as our background theater. We missed the part where he goes, I ordered my hot sauce an hour ago. I'm so sorry, Carrie. Please continue.
As someone who only saw the 2018 Halloween once and did not revisit it, a mistake apparently, because when I started watching Halloween Kills, I was like, I don't remember any of these people. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But he's the only part I remember from the first one. I'm so sorry.
The first what?
The Halloween 2018, the little kid, the little kid who's being babysat. He's the only thing I really.
Oh,
remember
okay.
from
I was
that
talking
movie.
about the kid.
Oh,
from-
not the original.
No, okay.
I'm talking about. The
Oh yeah, that kid was great.
Okay, cool.
I'm glad he's alive
No,
and
yeah,
well.
I did watch the new one or the very original one for the first time recently.
Okay.
I don't give a shit about any of the kids
Yeah.
who are being babysat.
But yeah, that kid is now the fucking guy. He's all like super weird.
He's been terrorizing our town for 40 years. He hasn't. He killed 5 people one night 40 years ago. 6 movies didn't come out in this timeline.
What was he supposed to do? He was supposed to go up there and juggle or something, and he's like, nah, I'm just gonna bring down the vibes.
Yeah. Halloween. Which, like, I think that's, like, this town, like, needs to get over it. Like we live in a world where there's a school shooting in like, every week.
Sure.
Yeah.
And they're like, one guy killed like a couple people, 40. We've never recovered from this. Like, if all the other movies happened and he was terrorizing the town for 40 years, like, straight, that would make sense. But, like, he hasn't.
Yeah.
He's been in prison for so long.
Yeah, and this motherfucker...
Get over it!
And then this motherfucker riles up this crew like fucking SpongeBob Bubble Buddy episode where it's like, he fucking killed my mama! And they get into a mob where it's like, evil dies tonight!
He did? No. It makes no sense in the context of the world that they've established.
And it's just so corny. It's so bad. There's an interesting...
There he is! Let's kill him! No, that's the Dairy Queen guy! I don't care! I need to kill someone!
That stuff is that's the most interesting thing about this movie, but even then it doesn't work very well, where they're like...
It's interesting, but yeah, it's like, this is super cheesy.
Yeah. that there was someone else that made it out alive out of the van that Michael in the 2018 movie was in when he was being transported somewhere else, and they crashed and he escaped. Turns out there was someone else there. They confused that person for Michael Myers. It's clearly not Michael Myers. You would have thought that these people who built a legend out of this fucking guy and they can't get over him had some artistic like rendition of what this character looked like.
Yeah. Wait, is it the 6'5" lanky guy or is it the 5'4" squat man? It's him. Kill him.
I don't care. I need to kill someone right now.
And so the way this ends, it seems like it could be really fucking fascinating where they corner... I'm sorry, I'm spoiling this movie, but they get Michael Myers in a place where like, okay. And then they decide, no, he's got superpowers, I guess. He's superhuman.
Honestly, like, the only one thing happens in the movie that like is meaningful in like the grand scape of this whole series, which is like one of the main characters does die at the very, very end.
Yes.
But like overall, like he just did some more killing that night to some random people.
And also by the end of once we end the loop of this character, they successfully did not do anything meaningful with that very important character and a very interesting very interesting thing. Like, we're gonna come back to this and we're gonna introduce this character and
then kill them.
Yeah. It's a bummer. Yeah, it's really rough. Like most Halloween sequels and traditionally are not very good. The 2s specifically. And this is definitely the worst Halloween 2, I think, out of the 3 that have been.
Any of the Halloween 2s?
I've seen bits and pieces of it, or at least I read the synopsis of them, and this is the worst one out of the synopsis.
Oh, interesting.
And the Rob Zombie one has a unicorn in it.
No.
I think
this is my favorite part of
Tenet,
Tenet, also, by the way.
Guys.
This is my favorite part of Tenet, where like, I got this plan, you know?
I'm gonna crash an airplane. That seems crazy. I know, right?
Oh, I got this scarf. Oh, look at me. I'm Robert Pattinson.
I don't remember anything that's happening in this movie. I don't remember this movie at all. All I was thinking about when we watched this movie for the first time was like, I gotta get home and watch. I'm thinking of ending things.
Anyways, Halloween Kills is a really big bummer.
Halloween, more like Halloween Kills.
Kills
my mood.
It sort of retroactively makes me. I went through this loop with Halloween 2018 where I was like, I didn't like that very much. And then I rewatched it, like, oh, I liked it a lot. And now I'm like kind of retroactively like, oh man, did I like that a lot?
I think the main thing that we didn't touch on this one is Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh yes,
is not in the movie.
They are selling up again.
Yes, the whole movie and like the ad is her, and the advertising is like, I'm gonna end this tonight. It was like, first off, I know there's another movie, so I don't think you'll be that successful. But like, she's in the hospital with like a lot of stab wounds the entire time.
There are scenes in trailers, not in the movie.
And like if this movie was filmed during quarantine, it makes sense.
It was not.
If she was like, you know,
not available,
but like it wasn't. It was filmed years ago. So why did Jamie Lee Curtis not do anything in this movie?
Especially since she has so much talk about like, oh, it's about trauma, and it's about Bubba Laurie Strode, and it's like, what the fuck? And now there's how are you going to subvert getting to have Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers significantly square off, maybe have a conversation over coffee or something at this last movie, because you gotta pay it off somehow, guys. I don't know. Anyways, I have a feeling the third one will probably be better than this one, because it really feels like they did not know how to get to the end.
The third one's just gonna be like he gets out again and kills people, and she's like, "I gotta stop him this time."
She's
like that
gonna
would suck.
also start killing people and put on a mask and become a Michael Myers.
Here's my idea. He's in jail. She breaks into the jail and tries to kill him in the jail, but he gets out.
But then there's this other person there who has a face on the back of their head and starts killing everyone.
Oh no! No!
Well, that's that. On to another horror franchise.
Back again,
that's
baby.
Not great.
How am I the only one who watched this movie?
Listen,
Ryan, you were the one who told me there's a new Paranormal
I
Activity
didn't know
movie.
about it.
I know, right?
What do you mean? You were the one most horny for this film the whole time.
So, Paranormal Activity 7, Next of Kin, came out exclusively on everyone's favorite streaming service, Paramount Plus.
I've got it.
For all of you iCarly fans, and also RuPaul's Drag Race fans.
Star Trek Discovery.
Yes, that's right. So we can all meet in the middle and watch a new Paranormal Activity movie. I watched the first Paranormal Activity movie for the first time this year.
Wow.
Other than that, did not like it. Other than that, I watched.
Surprise.
I've seen the fourth one and the last one.
Yeah, you've seen all the shitty ones.
I know. I'm so sorry.
The first one's fine.
Well, the first one's fine, but if you watch it now, it's like,
It's nothing happens and it sucks. But a new one came out this year that feels separate from the continuity of that. It's essentially this girl who was an orphan discovers that her family her family goes back to like this Amish society, basically. Mm-hmm. So her and her filmmaker friend decide to film a documentary about her going to visit her real family for the first time, who all live in this weird Amish thing. And guess what? Just like another movie about a weird Amish society who live in the middle of nowhere, they're not really Amish.
Really?
There's something else.
Oh.
And it's a little spooky, you know what I'm saying? But the main problem with this movie is it's not all found footage. It's because you guys have seen the
trailer. Yeah, it's shot.
The trailer has shots that seem found footage, movie. But then there's some shots that seem like they're just shot like a standard, standard film. And the film is cut like that, where there's regular shots that are regular shots, and there's the found footage shots. But the regular shots are filmed on the same kind of camera, so it looks all like kind of crappy and like low res. But like, there's no one who could have been filming that shot.
I was gonna say, that's not just like B-roll stuff?
No.
That? It's like actual scenes.
There is no character who could have possibly been filming that shot. So it's just.
What about the ghosts, Ryan?
There's not really ghosts.
What?
Not really. It's just a weird cult.
Oh, interesting.
And there's something weird in the church. That's all I'll say about it. But it sucks. It just sucks. It just feels like a discount Midsummer without any satisfying ending. That's just confusing narratively, and from the way it's shot is just confusing because it's like, I don't know what. It's trying to be two different things when it should just commit to one or the other. And it just gets ridiculous and nonsensical, and it's not very good. My favorite parts, though, is towards the end, where it is very clear that it's not, a real found footage. The idea that you could stumble upon this stuff and like, oh, well, that's crazy, is there's a part where they are being chased after by a thing. And the big reveal of the thing is a slow-mo shot of it being like, and it's the funniest thing on the planet. It's not supposed to be. It's so wild that they thought that would be a good idea, and they do it twice. because it's for the big reveal of the big monster thing, and then also a big like attack thing where the monster like rips something. It's like,
What the fuck?
It's nonsense.
I don't know, Ryan. This sounds pretty epic.
It's really funny, but it's also not supposed to be funny, so it just kind of sucks. But I like the idea because it feels separate from the other Paranormal Activity movies. I don't know if there's actual connections because I just haven't seen any. So I'd be fine if they made more movies under that brand that were just found footage.
Mm-hmm.
I would just like if they kept it being found footage and just did interesting stuff with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like the idea of more Paranormal Activity movies that are all separate and just, people filming ghost shit. But this sucks, and it really feels like a Paramount Plus original, and
Fair.
There's not a lot of those, so I don't know what that says about that.
You should watch Paranormal Activity 3. That's the best one.
I'd like to watch all of them.
I think the marked ones is the best one.
I'm
I also
open,
like the marked one.
I am totally open to watching all of them all the way through.
3 and 5 are my favorites, though. George is right.
I guess we'll see what happens to the Paranormal Activity franchise after that. Anyways, that's that. Let's go pivoting to a very different movie in terms of scope and tone and everything. Dunk, baby.
Oh yeah,
Dunk. Denny Villeneuve is back. And he's got a big expensive space opera, a half of one to
his
show
last
you.
one did really well.
Did not.
What?
No, it did not.
What? Why'd they give?
But
him
hey, this
another
one did all right.
This one did do all somehow.
Despite all,
The dweebs were hungry.
I guess.
I guess if you neg something long enough, eventually people pay attention to it.
There were, when we went to see this, George, there were, how I would describe the theater is a lot of guys who clearly really love the book Dune.
Yeah.
Whenever I looked at someone in the crowd,
the guy next to us who had like 2 fucking beers.
Oh yeah, he ordered 2 beers,
a burger with fries, and a bucket of popcorn by himself. This guy was ready for Dune.
Hell
I love it because you shared a table with him, and the guy was
Yeah.
like, "Here's your beer, sir," and he was like, "No, those are both for me." It's like, first off, rock and roll. Second off, why would you? I don't know why you'd order. Why would you order 2 to start with?
Killing it, bro.
Killing it, bro. I don't know. First off, I would order. I don't drink, but I feel like why would you order 2 beers to start off with for Dune, a movie that's 3 hours?
I don't know.
Because you're gonna want to.
fair.
You're gonna want to.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna
Beer
say.
makes you pee, as you know.
That-
Shoot, he did not get up.
Oh, wow.
That seat was wet.
In our theater, me and a few other people went to see it in IMAX at AMC.
Ooh.
Wow.
And it was very large and very loud, very cool. It was similar vibes with the people there. It was a pretty full theater, and a little bit before the movie started, some guy down in the front row turned around and was like, "All right, show of hands, who read the book?" And I was like, oh my god. I wanted to be like, I got 30 pages in and gave up. Does that count?
One of my favorite hard drive articles is the headline is like, "Man on 4th attempt of Dune says it's going well."
I'll give it another shot, probably.
You don't need to.
I'd like to, but then I found out that there's like 17
Yes.
books, and I'm like, oh no.
Oh yeah.
And things don't get really wild until the other books.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. So,
I've heard the ending of the original Dune got wild, but I don't think we know that because our only experience is with
Lynch.
David Lynch Dune, which he was not able to do the wild stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
It ends in a very like anticlimactic AAA
Yeah.
video game final boss thing. Anyway, so Dune. I guess I'll start with my thoughts on it. So the way I feel about we mentioned our only context is the David Lynch film. When I saw that movie, I remember feeling like crushing it, bro. I love the vibes you're giving me here. I think narratively there's it's a little off.
A little.
I feel like there's a lot going on here for the time you have going on. Specifically the second half of that movie. It's just like, ooh. But I think in terms of Kyle MacLachlan, in terms of the
real Timothy Chalamet, if you ask me.
I mean,
I think some of the imagery, the set design, like I love it. I love all that shit. And the stuff I like about this Dune, And having seen the David Lynch one, and I understand it's a very confusing movie. I wouldn't judge anybody for not understanding what the fuck happened in that movie.
No.
But I kind of did. So watching it, I was like, okay, yeah, this is a remake. It's weird that I saw, it's a remake of that movie. It's a remake of, it's an adaptation of a book. But for me, I was like, yeah, this is the first half of that movie.
I could probably watch it now because I feel like I understood what was going
Yes,
on.
100%. You would get it. You would get it. But it also spoil part 2.
Because that's the thing with, because when Dune came out, original Dune, not Duke or Dunk, that came out this year, is that movie got a cult following because it came out on video and people rewatched it and they got it, basically. And then there's people like us who watched it the one time like, that is nonsense.
Yeah, we were like 10 minutes in and we were like, I feel like
I love that first 10 minutes though.
I don't think there's ever been a movie I've started more than Dune. That's why I told you, Carrie, that I needed you in the room when I
it's
watched
so
it
good,
to
though.
force me to finish it.
But then, okay, so to finish my thoughts though, real quick.
No.
To finish my thoughts,
I want to talk about Dune in 1984.
What I like is, I like the performances in this film. I think Timothy maybe is the one I like the least out of everyone.
Yeah.
But I think he's no Kyle MacLachlan, is what I gotta say.
Yeah,
he's
very
not.
much.
But his dad, who is played by Oscar Isaac's crushing it, bro.
Good in this
Killing
movie.
it, bro. He is fucking fantastic in this film. I think all of the stuff, and so being said that I think all the performances are great, and the stuff that's missing for me was all the texture. I think for me personally, all of the set design stuff, all the ways they brought the world to life, once they get to Arrakis, did not do much for me. When they're on Caladan, the planet of House Atreides, like at the beginning, love that stuff. Love all the wet gray. We're filming in Ireland.
Yeah.
All that stuff is great. Like when the weird messengers came and they had their space suits that had like the fucking floating spice, they're fucking huffing all the time.
Yeah.
All that stuff is sick as fuck. But once they get to Arrakis, I'm like, this isn't that different from the David Lynch one, and I think he did it a lot better. And that's ultimately my thoughts. And so and then when we get to the end, we're like, I know this is gonna have to be half of a movie, and there's no way this is gonna be like a ending. It's just kind of have to end, and it does, and it's just like, yeah. So that's what George's thoughts on Dune 2018.
I'm similar, where like the movie ended and like I liked it. I liked all the performances, and Timothy Chalamet didn't completely annoy me like he does in most of his
Very
movies.
impressive. Good job, Timothy.
But like when the movie ended, it was just like, okay.
Yep.
Like it felt like, you know, Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 1, where it's
Yes.
like, I have the wand! Come back next year and you'll see what I do with this wand.
You pulled that reference out. Very
I
good.
know,
Good
right?
job.
I did it. And it's just like, the movie ended and it's like, okay, great. This was 3 hours of my life and it just ended. And I get that Dune is like a book, okay?
Yeah.
It is like the textbook book.
This is book.
This is what a book is. So it's just hard for me to like really solidify how I feel about it until the next movie eventually
It's
comes
gonna be
out.
a while.
Yeah.
Probably. I
That's
don't
the
know.
weird thing. It's gonna be a wait.
I know. Timothy Chalamet might hit puberty by the time.
Maybe.
He looks like a little boy, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially in this movie where he's playing a little boy.
Yes, that is true.
But so is Kyle MacLachlan somehow.
I love Kyle MacLachlan.
Kyle MacLachlan.
He was very young, I guess, at that point. He
Yeah.
said it was like his
I
second
don't know,
movie or
but he
something.
still had the jawline of a 50-year-old.
No, I know. He does. Anyways,
Damn.
Carrie, what did you think? I think you're the most positive out of
Yeah,
us.
I liked this movie a lot, and I was like, "What the fuck? I like Dune."
Ew!
I
can't look at
I
myself
don't
in the
wanna
mirror
be
anymore.
I can't be a nerd. Yeah, no, I was really taken with this movie. Like, it's not one of my favorites of the year or anything, but I was like, oh, this is just like super engaging, and I'm really enjoying this. What the fuck? This is what enjoying a big name sci-fi movie feels like. And like you said, I really loved all of the Oscar Isaac stuff and all the stuff with the Baron. Like, especially
the Baron's weird.
The poison gas scene. That was insane. I loved that part. But
I'm ready to admit that the Baron is maybe a lot better than the David Lynch one, but you gotta give it to David Lynch. He made there's some choices made.
There's a lot of good choices there. I will never take that away from him.
But this makes a lot more sense.
I think the Baron in this movie is like probably my favorite element of it. He's just so like creepy and he's chewing the fucking scenery and he's got that weird cloak.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I want to share an anecdote that my friend told me on her behalf where she went with her boyfriend to see this movie. And they had bought a bunch of candy at the grocery store, like the box candies that you can buy, and he had it all in his lap. And he told me, she was like, when it got to the point where they met up with Zendaya, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start eating my candy now. And then the movie immediately ended, and she was like, what? And then I was just in St. Louis meeting with her and her boyfriend. Her boyfriend's like, yeah, I'm sitting there for 2 fucking hours with all this candy in my lap. It was so funny.
I gotta say, bold on her for committing to that when 2 hours passed.
Yeah, I was just like, you didn't realize that so much time had passed. But I just thought that was so fucking funny.
Great.
It was so funny.
Also, I feel like, my coworker told me that she appreciated this and she appreciated the movie more because I was like, hey, this movie starts with Zendaya giving a monologue, and then she introduces the word part 1, and I don't want to spoil this movie, but that character doesn't become as important until part 2. So, because she was really excited about Zendaya, so it was like, just set the expectation.
Just so you know.
Just so you know. Yeah. And she was like, oh yeah, it was a lot better than you told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt very Zendaya baited.
Yeah.
Personally.
I guess I just don't care about Zendaya all that much, so it didn't not in a bad way. Just like, I'm not gonna go see a movie for Zendaya. You know?
I can't imagine living in your shoes for one day.
I like her. I like the intro too. It's not. I mean, I love the intro for Dune. David Lynch's Dune. I fucking love it so
good.
goddamn much. It rules. But I think that Zendaya's is also really good. My Planet Arrakis is so beautiful in the sun. But it's really good.
Shout out to my other favorite scene in the movie was that scene where they're giving Oscar Isaac like the tour of the sand planet and showing him all the different harvesting machines, and then the worm comes and eats that big truck.
Oh yeah.
I loved that scene.
It was a big worm.
The worm was huge. I was a
really
big
big
fan.
worm.
I was very excited whenever he showed up.
Even though I think it's okay, I would be down to rewatch Dune. It's before 2 years when the sequel's ready to come out.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a well done movie.
Dunk or Dune 84?
Dunk Part 2.
Dunk. Okay.
I'd be willing to rewatch it. It's a long movie, but it did for me. And maybe it was because again, every time I've gone to Alamo, I've spent a shit ton of money on food. Maybe it's because that's why it didn't feel as long to me. But
you won't watch it on your phone like Denis Villeneuve intended.
I was listening to somebody who actually watched the entirety on his phone, laying it on his bed. He's like, that movie was tight. I loved it. So I was like,
oh yeah,
nice.
Oh, I don't know. All right. We have a lot of podcasts to go through, so I suggest we take a break and we'll go through it, folks. So there's still a lot to talk about on this list. So we'll be right back. We're back, folks. We're back with a movie that I have no clue about, but it sounds like Carrie has a lot to say about it.
Oh, wow.
And that is The Spine of Night. Did I make a correct assumption, Carrie? Is this a movie you watched?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is this?
It's an animated movie.
Oh!
That
This is that poster at Sea Alamo, and I was like, what is that? Yeah, that thing.
very cool poster.
Interesting.
And it's this kind of animation, like the rotoscope.
Oh.
I don't see a lot of rotoscope.
And I saw this movie I saw that it was playing at Alamo when I was trying to organize. When I went to 3 movies in a row, I was trying to organize that, and then I was like, "What is this? Damn it! Now it's another one that I want to watch." Because I knew that our friend Greg would really enjoy it. So
yes.
I sent him like Or no, I didn't send him I was gonna send him the poster and some art from it, but I just showed him the trailer and he was like, yeah, sure. And
Is he big on rotoscope?
He just likes animation, and this looked like
he likes the movie Heavy Metal.
He loves the movie Heavy Metal. So I was like, this seems like kind of heavy metal-ish, and turns out it was pretty cool. It basically centers around this colony where there's this like tribe that uses these flowers that have magical powers, and the main lady of that tribe that lives in this swamp gets captured and taken to this castle, and her entire swamp and her entire tribe is murdered, and the swamp is burned down, and this one king is trying to harness the power, but then there's this other guy there who helps her escape, but then she has this like bushel of leaves that have the magic powers, and then he helps her escape by using the magic, and then he betrays her and throws her in the swamp, and he becomes this all-powerful wizard, and then it's her journey of going to this mountain to find where the last flower of this stuff grows, and along the way you get these vignettes of other stories of what happens to this place once this new super wizard takes over, and there's this elder man there's this elder guardian with this like eternal flame thing with the flower, and he tells her a story. It's a vibes type movie. It is very heavy metal, and it's very ultra violent and interesting.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
All right.
I think it's very, very cool.
Does it have as much boobs as Heavy Metal?
No.
Okay.
I'm not saying there's not boobs, but there's nowhere near as many boobs as Heavy Metal.
Lucy Lawless is in this.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Joe Manganiello is in this movie.
Whoa.
Joe Manganiello of Spider-Man fame, of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man.
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man.
He's Flash Thompson.
You're really big on Sam Raimi's Spider-Man.
I've been thinking a lot about Sam Raimi's Spider-Man and the last 2 weeks.
I have that movie on full screen DVD at my parents'
Everyone
Ooh.
does.
I know, right?
Anyways, great DVD though. Great special features. Loved that as a child.
I would recommend The Spine of Night. I thought it was a very interesting movie, very pretty, very fun. There were at least 3 different times where Greg was like, "Holy shit," and started laughing really loud in the theater.
Well,
so that's always a good.
That's always a good time. Anyway, well, that's Spine of Night. Thank you for informing me on what that movie was with that weird poster, Carrie.
Very good.
Last Night in Soho. Edgar Wright is back, baby. This was another movie that was supposed to come out in 2020. Do you remember when it was supposed to come out in 2020? It was
going to be like September.
Maybe. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it kind of came out like a year later.
Yeah.
Last Night in Soho, Edgar Wright's new film since Baby Driver. When was Baby Driver? Was that
17.
Feels longer than that, but okay. Gotcha.
A lot of stuff happened since then.
A lot of stuff has happened since then.
You liked Kevin Spacey at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened.
A lot of stuff happened, huh? That's funny. Remember when he... Did I imagine this, or did he go to like a fucking museum and he like did a reenactment of a poem he wrote or some shit?
That sounds like something that would happen.
But like recently?
No, like a few months after he went out. He came out of his hidey hole, and he came to do that performance.
That's interesting.
And then he disappeared again.
He posted that absolutely bananas video on his YouTube channel around Christmas where he was being his House of Cards character. And he was talking about, like, I don't remember exactly what he was saying, but he was saying something like, sometimes you don't know the whole truth. And he's, like, cooking, and it's just like, what the fuck is this, dude? And then my favorite part of that video is when he ends it, he uses one of those, like, stock iMovie sound effects, the one that's like, boom, boom. I was like, you're Kevin fucking Spacey. Like, I know you're a terrible person, but come on.
Yeah.
Turns out he doesn't have all the stuff in it.
Nope.
So Last Night in Soho. We follow Thomas and Mackenzie, who plays this character who wants to be a fashion designer. Yes. She lives in the country of England. Way far away from fucking London, from the big city. Her and her mom, not her mom, her grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Grandma. Her mom is dead.
Yes.
Also, she can see ghosts.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Nice.
She can see the ghost of her mom sometimes. But that's just the thing. And she goes to this big city. The big city, her grandma's like, hey, the big city's kind of scary. It was scary to your mom. And she's like, I'm fine. Turns out the big city is a little weird.
Little wacky.
A little crazy. And everybody's a real asshole to her in her dorm. And she's like, fuck this. I'm gonna go live somewhere else. Turns out that place she lives in is a little different, a little crazy, a little wild. And she sees the ghost of this, well, not even just the ghost. She like becomes this ghost, this person. Back in fucking, when did Thunderball come out? The 60s?
60s, yeah.
60s?
She's obsessed with the 60s
Yes, you're right.
fashion.
She's obsessed with the 60s fashion. And she sees through the life of this person played by Anya Taylor-Joy. And some not great stuff happens to her. And so she's all like, I'm gonna figure this out. Not even figure this out. She keeps haunting me. She's kind of forcing me to live through this stuff. And that's the movie. I don't know. I didn't like it very much, and that's all I'll say.
I just upset because I really did like this movie, and I want to watch it again to like solidify my feelings. But it sucks because like everyone I like on Letterboxd does not like this movie. So I'm like, what's wrong with me? What's going on?
The second, okay, look. Anya Taylor-Joy is very pretty.
Yes.
The costume design is very pretty.
Yes.
Everything about this movie, style over substance, and that style, it tastes really good. It's really salty and sweet at the same time, and I can see how it got you. But when you maybe get another one, you're like, I don't know about this.
It's kind of an upsetting mess, actually.
Yeah, that's how I think about it. I don't want to get into it too much, but like, yeah, I think this movie's kind of embarrassing. I think it's his worst movie he's ever made. I think it's worse than Baby Driver.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think it's really cringe. I think it's really embarrassing.
I would love to put it that way as well.
It's really rough, man. It's a rough time. Yeah. Well, I wrote a lot of notes about it, but I think the thing that's really unfortunate about this movie is that I made the joke, not even the observation, and made it known that I think Anya Taylor-Joy is a really talented performer and also a very attractive person. Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunate that this movie, even though she doesn't play a character in this movie, and that's fine,
No.
I guess. But it sucks that her character trait in the movie is like, she was so pretty. She was so pretty, guys.
Maybe a little too pretty.
Maybe a little too pretty. And that's really all I go. That's really it. And all of the screenplay is just amateur at best, I think. Yeah, it's not very good, I think. I don't know. It seemed like did not do any favors watching this in Alamo, where it has a forward where Edgar Wright.
I was gonna say, what was the because I just saw it at a Marcus Theater.
So
I didn't see it at the
he has a forward where he like talks about all these giallo Italian horror movies and Alamo. Again, you did not do favors. Ryan was in the bathroom for this. They play the trailer to the original Suspiria.
Oh no!
With and all that stuff. And it's all like, man, yeah, the goblin when he makes crazy music in his goblin bunker. Did not do favors for that movie. It'd be like, ooh, you. Yeah, it just seems really amateurish. Amateurish in just the execution. And I think it's stylish as fuck, but I think everything around it is really bad. I think next to Halloween Kills, I think this is my least favorite movie of the year.
I was really annoyed after I watched this movie, and I did put it at the bottom of my list for a couple days because I was like, you made me feel like shit, Edgar Wright, and I'm mad at you. But yeah, we don't have to get into it. But I did not have a good time watching this movie at all.
I had good times at points, but then once I realized at the end of it, I was like, and then when I realized what the parts that I did like, I was like, you dumb motherfucker, George, you like it because it. Anya Taylor-Joy is very pretty and really charismatic, but Edgar Wright is just literally the most exposed I've ever seen Anya Taylor-Joy in a movie. Me personally, where he has her like bending down and these like little dance. I get it, the story you're doing, but her character has no character, so she's just there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Last Night in Soho, great poster, great soundtrack, great style, good work, set designers.
Yeah.
Edgar Wright. write better.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of it for me was I don't want this story told to me by Edgar Wright because it's like I don't have any problems with Edgar Wright. I do now, but like I was just like I don't know why you're doing that. I don't know what you're trying to prove to me. But you know, maybe I was just in a bad mood, or maybe I'm being too. I don't know.
I don't think so, Carrie. I think at the very least it's rough. It's not great. It's not a slam dunk. It's not a slam dunk.
And the finale is just like,
What?
so this was all just a big fucking mess
What is-
the entire time.
Yes. Anyways, moving on. Last Night in Soho. It's a movie. You
I'm
can
sorry,
watch.
Ryan. I don't mean to mercilessly shit on this movie that you like.
No,
but, like,
no, it's fine. I want to understand like what people's criticisms of it, because like for me it's like it's not just that Anya Taylor-Joy is very pretty.
Sure.
You know, we can say that objectively, but like when the movie begins, it's Thomasin McKenzie's character. She's all dancing in like her weird newsprint dress. I'm like, this is a very fun person, and I like this person. I feel like throughout the film, she's just has a very fun energy, and I just enjoy following, what she's doing around. And I understand like all the, ideas going on with it, with the whole, idolizing, this bygone era,
yeah.
But then like
It wasn't always that
actually
good.
not that good, especially for the ladies. And that's I like the idea of all that, but I just want to see it again to like really,
Final opinion pending.
Yes. Leaving the theater, I really liked it, but I feel like all Edgar Wright movies, I feel like you do have to watch them again, just because like he does a lot of like he does a lot of trickery in his editing that makes the rewatch enjoyable, and where you pick up more things.
Can't wait to see what Easter eggs he left.
Yeah, what fun Easter eggs.
This fucking turn.
It's very different from like a Shaun of the Dead or a.
Yeah, I think he's the best when he's doing fun movies.
Yeah.
I get that.
When you're trying to emulate movies that inspired you to become a filmmaker is when he's at his worst.
Yeah.
Which is what I don't like about Baby Driver, and is what I don't like about this movie.
Also,
He sucks at writing women. He really fucking sucks
does.
at writing
It's
women.
embarrassing. But like, I get that he likes. He's like, I'm sure he's a great resource of like movies that he's seen or music that he listens to, and I feel like he has an amount of taste when it comes to that.
100%.
Like the entire time I was watching this movie, like I loved all the music in this movie because I was like, this would be great as a Spotify playlist. But I mean, we need a little more than that. But yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, Last Night in Soho is out. Whatever the hell Edgar Wright does next, I hope it's better. Antlers, folks. Antlers, baby. Antlers finally out. A movie. It's real. I saw it. It is a movie that exists. It's we've all seen it here, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Antlers. So this is a movie that takes place in the Pacific Northwest, modern time. It is a movie about a Wendigo, that's haunting the Pacific Northwest little town. We follow, oh my god, Carrie Russell, who is a teacher coming back from the big city, baby. She's got some problems. A lot of people in this town have capital P problems. Will we learn more about those problems? Absolutely not. Don't worry about it. Her brother is Jesse Plemons, so you can imagine.
So there's some stuff going on
There's some stuff going on there. Yeah, I don't know. That's all the setup I'll get for this movie. Yeah, I don't know. I've been giving my opinion first.
One of her students.
Oh, yes.
One of her students has been acting weird at school, and you find out that he's taking care of the Wendigo.
He's taking care of
basically.
it, yeah. Who's his father?
Who's his dad?
Yeah, to the teachers, it seems like he's being neglected and or abused.
Because there's a drug epidemic.
Right.
That's
Small
and
town
his
America.
dad has been in trouble for that sort of thing before, so they're just assuming that's what's
Classic
going on.
your dad, always doing meth. Maybe we should give him another talking to make him stop doing the meth. Doesn't work out that way, cops. Do something,
Jesse.
Come on, Jesse Plemons. This is your fault.
Stop driving and talk about what was the musical he loved in? I'm thinking of it. Stop talking about Oklahoma and do something about the meth epidemic in Middle America. Jesus.
So yeah, that's the movie. I've been giving my opinion first a lot. So Ryan, what did you think of this film?
Boring.
Hey, got him, baby.
It feel like it has the shell of like a cool monster movie. It has the premise, but it doesn't do anything with that. All the characters are just like boring and just like, I had problems with our dad. It's like, you never thought about the problems I had with our dad. And it's like, oh no, you're right. I've been a bad brother. Well, maybe we've both been bad siblings, and maybe we can just get along if we all work out.
They never have that resolution, though.
No, they don't. They don't have that resolution, but it sets everything up. And you've seen movies before, so you know that that's what we're clearly trying to do. But they're like, oh, we gotta make a clean 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And like the kid is just he doesn't do anything, and it just kind of like skips to like. Because what I'm interested in when I saw the trailer is like, oh, what was the build up to like the Wendigo thing?
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh yeah.
But like he just has the Wendigo.
Yeah.
And he's like, I guess my dad likes eating skunk, so I read all these crazy books and like whatever. And it's like, okay, fine. And I don't understand. And look, I've watched a playthrough of Until Dawn, so I kind of know what a Wendigo is.
I need to replay it, honestly.
But
that game fucking rocks.
But I feel like this movie doesn't know what a Wendigo is.
That's a big problem, movie.
That is the big problem, and like I can get into that. The other big problem with that, but I don't understand what a Wendigo is, and I don't understand how the kid or anyone knows what a Wendigo is, or like what it's doing and how to kill it, and it goes from like going like crazy to like I'm killing and tearing things apart to like I'm just gonna ram with my horns, then I'm going to leave, and it's like, okay, you only left because that was a plot important character and you couldn't have killed them. But then when it gets to the Wendigo thing, Wendigo, if anyone does not know, is based on Native American folklore.
Mm-hmm.
And Native Americans, as we know, have a very long history of being represented positively in the genre of horror.
Right.
That was sarcasm. I don't think I've ever seen a Native American character or idea presented well.
That's a great
in a horror
point.
movie.
I haven't thought about it.
No.
And like the main problem with this one is there's an old police chief who's Native, and Jesse Plemons is like, hey, what's a Wendigo? It's like, oh, the Wendigo.
Yeah, this
here's
guy's
how you
one
kill it.
Scene of dialogue
Yeah,
is just
man.
explaining what a Wendigo is.
And
for
then
the
he
fucking
goes
main
away.
I'm glad we're all on board. That's the biggest problem with this movie, in my opinion.
Yes, and it's just like, if he knows what a Wendigo is and he's like this old, like, retired cop, like, why can't he do something about it? Like, that makes
seems
more sense.
interesting to me.
Then, Carrie, and I like Carrie Russell.
Yeah.
She's a great.
I love Waitress.
Yeah. But like she doesn't really feel like she does much, and Jesse Plemons
Doesn't do much at all, really.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not an actor who feels like he could accomplish like a physical, feat. He's more of like, Sings Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And that's not a diss on him. He's great in like all that he does, but he's just not a presence that I feel like could go against.
He's just
a
a
mythical
cop in this
creature.
movie. He's
Yeah,
just
he's
a
just a
cop.
cop.
Yeah.
And it just feels like a empty, meaningless
That's
movie.
fair.
It doesn't feel offensive like a lot of like, how Poltergeist, the original Poltergeist, feels a little offensive now. It's like, oh, the house is a
The movie
Native
still
American
slaps, though.
male.
It does still pretty fucking slap, but
It just feels like a big missed opportunity to properly do this idea of a creature that not a lot of people know about justice by for one, focus it 100% on white people.
Yep.
Because like, what if the teacher was Native and she knew what a Wendigo was, and so she knew how to handle it or something like that? Just anything. Just why does it have to be so white?
Yeah.
Wendigo, however, design slaps. We'll
Oh,
say that.
fantastic
Very
Bloodborne looking
very-
motherfucker.
Yeah, I feel like that is all they did to make Guillermo del Toro want to be a producer on it, because they're like, well, we gotta have like a good.
Guillermo's
monster.
coming to set, guys. We gotta really.
We gotta get that. We gotta get that prop together. It's like, all right. And he's like, oh, this is weird. What if we had a weird face on it? It's like, Guillermo, you did it
Love
again. So yeah, it's It's fine.
Yeah,
it's
I agree. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have anything else, Carrie, to say? Did Ryan cover it?
Yeah, no, I think Ryan covered it pretty well. But I enjoy that point that you made, that I'm trying to think of any horror movie that has like
Native American
interesting
focus.
native elements other than this haunted place is on a Native American burial ground.
That's a good point.
I did read a horror book earlier this year called The Only Good Indians, I think it was the title. And it's like 4 native gentlemen who have this like event that happened in their past that is coming to haunt them in their present. And I thought that was pretty good, but
I'm gonna look this up now. That's just homework for everybody listening to movies over here. Look up some native horror.
Yeah.
There's gotta be a lot of stuff out there.
There's gotta be
I'll
some.
send you a link to that book.
I know there's one movie on my watch list. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a zombie horror movie, and the director is native.
Oh, is it the one where it's like the
I don't know.
I know what you're talking about.
I don't know. My boss told me about it like recently. So
I don't remember
added
what
it
it's
there.
called, but it was like a zombie thing where it was like there were native elements to it. My friend told me about that as
but
well.
like it was written and directed by a Native American,
Yeah.
which like we need more Native American actors.
Yeah.
Instead of just like painting someone a little tan. But we need a lot more directors too, because I don't know.
My thoughts on this movie is I like it. I think I am fully aware that it introduces all this baggage for all these characters and tries to make it really gritty and really misery core. And it doesn't do anything with it at all. It's just there as set dressing. But I like it. I kind of like it, and I can't say and that's all I can say about it. I think this movie is shot beautifully. It 100% looks like it was not made by a director who makes horror movies. This director did Black Mass and Crazy Heart before. So the cinematography is gorgeous, and I love that Pacific Northwest. Check out these trees, man. I like that a lot. But I 100% agree that it throws a lot of stuff on the table and doesn't do anything with it at all. And there's like, once the Wendigo shows up at the end is awesome, and there's not a lot of it, and that's a shame. And I think it is ridiculous that there is no native no native stuff in this movie at all, other than like what's in the trailer, pretty much.
Yeah. And what's in the trailer is like, oh, it's a Wendigo.
Yeah,
That's it.
and you would have thought
okay,
like, oh,
cool.
clearly they're going to like explain more on
Clemens being like, that's just a myth, and then him being like, oh yeah, do you?
Yeah.
That's it. That's
That's
the entire interaction with that.
That's
man.
yeah. So that was my. I liked it a little bit more. But yeah, I agree ultimately that it could have been a lot more. It could have been a lot more. So Antlers, it's all right. I recommend it if it's on Netflix, I guess. If you
It makes me want to learn more about Wendigo.
yeah, and maybe do some research on Native American horror. So
Yeah.
great job, Scott Cooper. You did it again.
Did it again, buddy.
The last movie on this list. Actually, real quick, I'm gonna do a rundown of what we've talked about so far.
I just like for the last minutes. For a cast, you just put everyone.
I was not about to list out.
Yeah,
this fucking
no,
cast.
That's
Are you kidding
totally
me?
fair.
You know.
We talked about Lamb. We talked about Titane. We talked about VHS 94. We talked about Halloween Kills. We talked about Paranormal Activity, Next of Kin. We talked about Dune. We talked about The Spine of Night. We talked about Last Night in Soho. We talked about Antlers. It sure is a lot of movies when I read it through that way, huh? Anyways, the last movie on this list is Wes Anderson's new film with everyone in it, like we said, like Ryan alluded to, The French Dispatch. The movie that was literally about to come out as soon as the pandemic hit.
That is true. Uh-oh.
So is it only you and me, Carrie, have seen this? The
I've
Ryan,
seen it.
you said
Ryan
as well?
saw it with me.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool, great.
We were the only ones in that theater.
Really? Wow. Okay.
One of the shittier ones at the back of Twin Creek.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh.
My seat looked like it tried to kill itself. That's the joke I made. It looked really rough. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's not the ideal way to watch this movie,
No, it was
for
really
sure.
bad.
All right, so again,
Why did I turn the light? Okay, by the way, never turn the light on to look at your seat in a theater because it looks rough. I made the mistake and it's terrible. It's terrible. Okay, I'm sorry, George. Keep going. I've derailed this so many times.
Carrie, what are your thoughts on the French Dispatch to open this?
I really, really liked it. When I was going into it, I was like, maybe me being super into Wes Anderson was like just a phase. Maybe it won't be as charming to me anymore. Maybe I'll just be like, oh yeah, I get it. This is this quirky, fun place where everything's coordinated and beautiful. Okay. And then I was like, oh, nope, I still love it. Yep. And I love the presentation of this movie, how it's just like you're reading the magazine, and I love how it's just basically like an audiobook with images with it. I love that shit. I thought it was presented super well. I liked all the segments. The first one was by far my favorite, with the artist in jail.
Oh, yes.
And so none of the rest of the movie lived up to that personally for me, but I still enjoyed the entire thing.
Ryan, what'd you think of this movie?
Boring.
Wow. I hate to see it.
I could tell, not to cut you off, but I could tell we had a problem where I had laughed at like 20 times and Ryan had not made a peep.
Yeah,
I was
yeah. When you started laughing like a few times, I was like, oh no.
Oh no. Your Wes Anderson phase maybe has ended or not yet begun.
No, because I really like Grand Budapest Hotel, and I thought Moonrise Kingdom was fine. Those are the only two that I think I've seen. But like
Isle of Dogs was him, no?
I didn't see that.
Oh, okay.
It's okay.
I like dogs, but I don't
It's
need
pretty good.
I don't need a whole
I still
island
need
of
to
them.
see Fantastic Mr. Fox. I haven't watched that one, and I haven't watched like his early ones.
I'd like to. I have a DVD of Life Aquatic that I need to
love
watch
that
eventually.
movie. That's my favorite one.
But yeah, just like I didn't care about any of the stories, and none of the characters felt like interesting or particularly funny, and like it kept going like back and like it was always stories within stories, and they'd go back and forth, and I was just like, I'm so exhausted, just get over it. Jeez.
That's funny.
And the frame narrative was just like nothing, and it was just like I don't care. And yeah, I don't know what to say. I just
That's fair.
Not the first segment, like I thought was the most interesting, but I really did not like the dynamic of the main prisoner and the
Death Stranding's Leah Seydoux.
and Death Stranding's Leah Seydoux.
Which I wasn't sure. Is that Leah Seydoux?
I just feel like that was like, oh wow, the lady who's in Blue is the Warmest Colors is being sexualized a lot again.
That's fair.
I feel like she needs to stop doing that.
Yeah.
And then the second one, Timothy Chalamet.
She really shouldn't have also taken. What's this character's name? Fragile.
Fragile.
No, you don't get it. She's fragile, but she's not fragile.
Oh.
I get it now. Anyways.
She's a great actress, but I'm not a fan of a lot of her choices.
Anyways, I love this movie as well.
Yay.
I did not expect to feel anything coming into it. I watched it on a whim because I was like, if I don't watch it now, I'm not gonna watch it ever. I like the Grand Budapest Hotel okay. I bought it on Blu-ray, I guess, at some point, but I thought it was fine. And I thought The Isle of Dogs was fine. But this movie, everything that people like about this gentleman's work worked on me. I was like, 4:3 aspect ratio. Yeah. You can feel so much shit vertically, like well placed, and it's framed beautifully. I thought the Owen Wilson intro was hilarious and fantastic.
That was probably my favorite part.
I love the format.
Fair.
The format is fucking great. I love it so much. I love the first story. I agree 100% that the other stories don't really work as well. I don't like Timothy Chalamet that much. I mean, it's interesting, but I didn't care that much.
What was the third story again?
The third story was about the chef.
Yeah.
And the chef's the guys was like the cop lead, fucking the leader of the cops or something has his son gets kidnapped by this fucking guy, and they have to go rescue him, but the chef is the chef of the cops, and so so he has to follow because he's doing a piece on him. He has to follow this whole thing.
Yeah,
while it's happening.
I might have been blacking out during that part. I'm remembering very little about it. I remember the ending of that, but I don't remember any of the setup.
There was animated.
Really? yeah,
the car chase.
yeah, because they couldn't film
They
that.
didn't want to film a car chase.
Also, it was great.
It
I
was
loved it.
really
It was
well
fucking
done.
fantastic.
Willem Dafoe was there. He was in a cage.
Yes, he was in a
that
cage.
was very funny. Okay, I'm remembering a bit more of this, but yeah, I was blacking out towards the end of there because I
no.
just did not care.
I get
Yeah,
it.
I'm shocked how much I loved this movie a lot. I think it is exactly what you think it is, and it is that movie to the nth degree. I describe this movie as a perfect brunch movie. It is a perfect
Ooh,
middle of the
I see
day.
that.
Like, you're starting off your day, you need something like go off. Like, it was a perfect
You're like,
Alamo.
I'm gonna watch a movie this morning.
Yeah, maybe while I'm making breakfast, maybe while I'm like it is 100%. It is not like 7 p.m. Let's get the popcorn, and it is not that movie at all.
I'm gonna order 2 beers, a pizza, a burger.
It is not
And
that.
watch the French Dispatch.
But yeah, I
No,
love.
both of those Bud Lights are for me, sir. Just order the second one when you're done with the first one. They have your card on file.
They do.
That's so weird.
Yeah,
Was
I mean,
it?
that's
Was it
a-
Ryan?
That's a thing.
No, that wasn't our classic Ryan that
Okay.
night.
That is a thing at bars where you just order all the drinks you want so you can close out your tab. So he might just be a bar guy who was thinking bar.
I mean, we are not bar people.
No, we've not.
I mean, I'm not really either. I hate bars, but
Okay.
I've
The only bar I've been to
been
are
them
sports
a lot.
bars.
Yeah. I have friends who enjoy going to bars, or I have other friends who, when I go to visit them, they're like, let's do a bar crawl, and I'm like, okay.
Have you been to that like spooky bar downtown? The
No,
horror
but
bar?
every single person I know who goes to bars has told me to go there.
Okay, it seems like something you would enjoy.
Yeah, I've heard
about it.
I've heard that a lot.
I've heard there's a Pennywise.
Mm.
Anyways, yep. Shocked how much I love this movie. I will probably be purchasing it. I like it a lot, and it's weird that I like it, and it's like all of this stuff that like everybody loves about this guy. It's never clicked with me, but then I'm seeing it here, and I'm like, oh, I love it.
Oh, this is what you guys.
I
have been
love
talking
it. And to be completely honest with you, part of it is with Zack Snyder fucking being like 4x3 guys. It's great, and then this movie is like, look at how much stuff you can put in the frame.
It's like finally a Zack Snyder fan.
Anyways, that's the French Dispatch.
Good movie.
Yeah. November is gonna
November,
have
baby.
There's some movies, but not that many movies.
But one of the most important movies of the year.
Spencer.
That's what I was alluding to, but then there's also House of Gucci.
Oh
Oh
man.
man. Anyways, Eternals came out. Sorry, Chloe Zhao. I love Nomadland. I'm not watching Eternals. I love what's her face.
I have a gift card to a Marcus Theater, and I think I'm gonna see
you
it
don't
this
have
weekend.
to, Ryan.
No, I need to get it over with. I need to, cause like it's weird, cause like this one has bad reviews, and I want to see what a critically.
You're like my fucking best friend who's like, if everybody gawgawing over a movie, not for me. A movie is mixed. That I want to see.
I mean, I get it.
I'm just interested. I don't know.
I get that
I'm
mentality.
vaguely
I will
interested.
not be watching Eternals. You couldn't pay me to watch this
Carrie,
movie.
what if I didn't pay you and you bought the ticket yourself?
I like Selma Hayek.
Yeah, Selma. It has Selma Hayek, Angelina Jolie,
she's
Kumail Nanjiani.
Yes, Kingo,
Brian,
baby.
Barry Keoghan?
Yeah. There's some good people here, but it just. I think, Carrie, you made the good point when we were making fun of the poster after the French Dispatch, where it's like, oh, it's a Marvel movie where it's like, and there's all these characters and these are.
They keep doing this like the third time where they're like, no, okay, you thought we had the most powerful thing, but there's actually this other most powerful thing. It's been there the whole time. You just didn't know about it.
Yeah.
But it's super epic and super powerful and the most powerful thing in the galaxy, and it's here now. So you gotta care about it now. And it's like, I don't give a shit.
And it's like, if they do that one character at a time, it's like, okay, fine. But like, there's 10 people who've been like around since like the beginning of time with like Superman powers.
I don't give a fuck.
And it's like, why? And like, I know the trailer's like, well, we couldn't be doing with the
because we were expressly told not to interfere. Okay.
Bitch, there is this movie that came out where like someone killed half of the universe, and you're like, yeah,
but
like
that wasn't a Dementor or whatever the fuck that
yeah. We're all for Dementors. He was just like a guy.
I recommend watching Shang-Chi again. That's bad.
Shang-Chi is official on Disney
It's
Plus.
on IMAX too.
Ooh. Carrie, you would like Shang-Chi. I will watch that again.
Shang-Chi's
I will
pretty
watch that again with you.
good.
It's pretty fun.
How do I watch
But
it?
Carrie, what I like about Shang-Chi is it's kind of the opposite of Eternals, where he's just a guy who's really good at kung
I
fu.
don't know if I care about that either.
He's he's fun. He has his fun time.
It's got the guy from In the Mood for Love, and he's fucking great.
You need to watch A Mood for Love.
Yeah, I
Carrie.
haven't
It's
seen
so
that
good.
either.
Anyways, Tom Hanks is Finch, and
Ah.
everybody's talking about it. I have nothing. I have no
Carrie,
idea.
one of my favorite things is when you make the show notes and I make my tiny additions.
Yeah, and I'm like, what is that?
Why did Ryan put Tom Hanks is Finch?
From the poster, it's like Tom Hanks became friends with Chappie. That's all
I
I.
like it.
Sick.
Anyways, that's it. Spencer, we have all seen Spencer.
Some of us have seen it twice.
We all have thoughts about Spencer.
Oh, boy.
Spoilers. Oh, it's very good.
It's so
It's
charming.
very-
I cannot stop thinking
It's
about this movie.
very fucking
And I
good.
got that free Alamo ticket. It's feeling like a Spencer ticket.
It's very, very good. Anyways, the beta test. We've also seen this. This is the new film from star of Halloween Kills,
top billed star.
Jim Cummings. We'll
His
have
most experimental film to date, and find out next month if that's a good thing or not.
who knows?
Who can possibly know?
What is Tick Tick Boom?
Tick Tick Boom is a musical
Oh, great.
from Lin-Manuel Miranda, I
Oh,
believe.
great.
And it has Andrew Garfield in it.
Oh, great. Are you
Yeah.
telling me the Amazing Spider-Man's?
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield. Are you telling me maybe Spider-Man No Way Home? Oh, Andrew Garfield. Maybe. Who knows? You know what I'm saying?
No, what are you talking about?
I'm saying he might be in it, Ryan.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I don't know. You know.
I don't know. I've been on the internet. I don't think it's gonna be him. I think
Anyways.
it's gonna be Jerry Maguire.
Anyways, yeah. So this is a musical. Lin-Manuel doing the stuff for it.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, directed by Lin-Manuel.
Okay. I have no interest. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's a musical, so I put it on there for Carrie. She loves musicals.
I love musicals, and I famously love Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Well, you like Andrew Garfield?
yeah.
He's
Fine.
nice.
I had not seen The Social Network somehow.
Ooh,
Oh, that's a
he's
good movie.
very good in that.
Yeah. He's a.
It's another one of those movies that's like, wow, this is a really good movie. Why did you put Justin Timberlake in this? Because I get pissed off every time I see his face.
Yeah, well.
David Fincher, right? No.
Yeah, David
Yes,
Fincher,
okay.
yeah.
All right. Anyways, oh man, this is the Home Alone Disney Plus movie.
Yeah, Home Sweet Home Alone coming to Disney
No?
Plus.
What?
Did you not know about this?
No.
Because Disney bought Fox, they got the rights to Home
Home
Alone. So
Alone, yeah.
they're making a Disney Plus Home Alone movie called Home Sweet Home Alone.
Yeah.
Carrie, the dislike bar on YouTube is crazy.
But there are no
Oh,
dislikes
is this
anymore.
another surprisingly beloved property?
Yeah, it's another surprisingly beloved property. Which is interesting because like people like the first two.
Yeah,
But
there's
no
like
one-
10 of them.
Yeah, but no
and
one
gave a
knows
shit
that
about
there's
the-
10 more, but when there's one on Disney Plus, people lose their mind.
It's got Ellie Kemper in it.
Yeah, she's one of the Wet Bandit people.
Oh, the kid is the best friend from Jojo Rabbit.
Yes.
Oh.
It has a great cast, but I mean, I'm indifferent on Home Alone, but I'm pretty
I
indifferent
like the
on
Home
this.
Alone movies.
I like Home Alone
Two, yeah, two is the one
Two's fun.
where he commits fucking homicide essentially in that fucking movie.
But yeah, this movie has a very good cast. So it just makes it so surprising that people are like, I can't believe they're tarnishing Home Alone.
Yeah, it's long tarnished.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
dark
man. There's like
years.
there's like 5 sequels
Yeah,
we
there
never
was
saw.
like the last one was like Home Alone 5 was like a free-form
Yeah.
original film.
Yeah.
Like, relax,
Yo.
guys.
Not
Jesus.
that serious. Also, Clifford the Big Red Dog. All right, so here's.
Oh,
Sorry,
big Clifford Clifford.
I did not start the podcast with that clap, George, in the future. Clifford the Big Red Dog, the character in the books, in the show that before it, is good. This sucks. I just want that for the record. I have no beef with Clifford the Big Red Dog. I'm a big fan.
George has no beef with dogs.
No, or
Yeah.
and Clifford, big dogs that live in New Jersey or whatever that. I think it was like it was an island near New York. Anyways, I like Clifford the Big Red Dog. This movie looks terrible, but hey, That's all I gotta say.
My mom's really excited.
Oh yes,
so
you
I'm
told
gonna
me
be
very.
seeing this.
I'm gonna need you to edit that out of the podcast.
Yeah,
'cause
my
she's-
mom's gonna be really. My mom doesn't listen to this. Are you
Well then,
kidding?
Carrie, I am thrilled. for you
Yeah,
to
I'll
give me-
let you
run
know.
down the Clifford
Yeah,
of
we
the
will
Red
be
Dot.
seeing Clifford because my
I'm
mom was like,
excited.
"I really want to see that. Will you see that with me?" And I was like, "Yes, I will."
We need to figure out if a movie that came out this year, if you'll believe me, where it stacks up against Tom and Jerry, a movie that came out this year.
Very similar energies, I feel, but this is not an HBO Max.
It's not.
This is you have to pay money in the theaters to see this. This
A
big
Paramount movie, not on Paramount Plus.
No, what the hell?
bullshit.
Jamie Dornan is in Belfast.
Yeah, baby.
What's this?
This is the Kenneth Branagh one about Belfast.
And you were like,
Oh, I did. I saw a tweet that someone watched this at a film festival.
Oh, this
and
one.
their tweet said, "Wow, can't believe I just woke up at 7 a.m. to see the worst movie I've ever seen." And I thought, that's the only thing I've heard about this movie, and I was like, "That's awesome."
Okay. Anyways, Jamie Dornan of 50 Shades of Grey is in this, and that's all else I got.
Judy Dench is in this.
Oh man. Oh yeah, she was narrating it. Yeah.
I probably will not see this. I'm gonna
Okay.
keep it 100.
Great. Ghostbusters Afterlife. We were talking about this before we recorded, and we all asked ourselves. Apparently, we've all been thinking the same thing of
Yeah.
like, I like Ghostbusters.
I do too.
Why are people so weird about Ghostbusters?
As someone, Ghostbusters is one of my favorite movies.
It's
but
good.
It's like very weird to me how defensive over Ghostbusters people are. And like I also am a person who wasn't a big fan of the Kristen Wiig one, but not for a weird.
I thought it was
weird,
inoffensive.
Don't tamper with Ghostbusters kind of way, but
Like it's a total that movie is like totally fine.
yeah, I just don't like what's his name, the director.
Paul Feig.
That's totally
I don't
fair.
like Paul
yeah,
Feig.
I feel like if someone else
That was the
directed
director.
that,
It might have been pretty all right.
then it could have been at least like the comedy could have been a little different.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I don't know, because it's the same thing. It's like a bunch of SNL people together,
Mm-hmm.
just like goofing and doing
Yeah.
things, and it's stylish. So like, I don't get why people were so
I
mad
think my
about
main
it.
complaint, if I remember, I'm going back to 2016, is that Leslie Jones's character was really weirdly written. That's what I think my main complaint from that film.
Yeah, because she was supposed to be like the
Winston, was that the
Yeah.
name? That's his name, I think, in the original.
like the
the last
outsider.
one that comes in,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
all like, "If I'll believe whatever if you pay me, I'll believe whatever you say."
Yeah.
I remember that being a lot, but I don't remember anything else about that movie, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Anyways, as I mentioned before we recorded, it is easy to it is easy to be cynical, and you are well warranted to be cynical going into Ghostbusters Afterlife. But I am personally going in open-minded, and I hope I like it. Fine, I hope it's okay.
It just feels like a weird like response to the other one because
Yes,
because it's like the director
sure.
is the son
Son
of the
of
original
Jason,
director.
yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
They hired the Stranger Things kid because, and like I like him, he's fine, but like putting him in stuff feels
Talking
so
about Finn Wolfhard.
Finn
folks.
Wolfhard, yeah. But he's
Very bad agent, Finn Wolfhard. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But like he's in a show about the 80s, and they put him in a movie that's a reboot of the 80s.
Have
thing.
you seen the film It?
Yes, also 80s and 90s. So it's like it feels so lazy, and Paul Rudd is great. I love Paul Rudd. Everyone loves Paul Rudd, but also
Sexiest man of 2021, apparently.
But also putting him in the movie just feels like it feels like the male reboot. Like what they would do with the male reboot nowadays. Like you would hire a Paul Rudd type to play one of the roles.
I guess that's true. You could watch it like this is a director sponsor, and it is 100%. But
and that just makes me feel like whatever. And
That's
like
fair.
it'll probably be fine. The director
it's
has
next week.
The director made Juno, and Juno's
Yeah, he did.
great. So he's
Made
talented.
a bunch of other stuff too. I don't know.
Yeah, Juno's just the one
Yeah.
I know. So like it'll probably be fine, but like I don't know. I just
care.
I don't care.
Yeah, up in the air.
And it's mostly just because
Thank You for Smoking is fucking great. I love Thank You
Yeah.
for Smoking.
I don't know. It's like I like Ghostbusters just fine. Ghostbusters 2 is also fine.
Yeah.
The 2016 Ghostbusters with ladies is fine. They're all fine, fun enough movies, but none of them none of them are the greatest thing ever.
I will watch
I
Ghostbusters
feel.
Afterlife. That's all I will say.
I'll
Yeah.
also watch it.
My mom is
my-
also very excited.
My
for this
parents
one.
are also very excited
Yeah.
for it. I feel like this will be our Thanksgiving movie.
King Richard. Will Smith is the daughter of Venus and Serena
He
Williams.
is not their daughter.
He's not.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a biopic film.
I cannot wait to like stop seeing trailers for this. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's the biopic trailer is so rough, man.
It's rough.
It's cringe.
And it's also like I know we've talked about this like in person.
It's
but, like,
so manipulative.
But it's just like why like Venus and I don't know anything about sports, but I know who Venus and Serena Williams are. Why is the movie about them
The
about
dad.
their dad? Like, is he a big? He's called King Richard. What the hell's with that? Was I supposed to know
watch
that?
the movie and find out.
No, make a movie about them and have their dad just be a part of it.
What's Will Smith gonna
Yeah,
do? then,
exactly.
He was in the Suicide Squad. He could play a supporting role.
What?
Jesus. It just feels like Will Smith is like, I want to get like I think I had this conversation with you. I feel like he's the new
Dude, he's been chasing an Oscar his entire
Yeah.
fucking life.
he's the new Leo, where people need to joke about like he's never won an Oscar actually.
Probably for good reason. I like Will Smith fine.
I like Will Smith fine, but he keeps being in
Pursuit
all
of
the-
Happiness was Oscar bait, and embarrassingly so. 7 Pounds was Oscar bait, and very embarrassingly so.
Can I tell you about
Collateral Damage was just
Yeah.
embarrassing.
And it's just like I like you, Will Smith. Your YouTube channel is fire.
Oh
it is
God, I
lit.
forgot about
I've
that.
never watched it. I've just seen the one. I just remember like, yo, wait for another trip for the Suicide Squad.
Or when he was in YouTube Rewind because he's a YouTuber.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, yeah, that's hot. Fortnite.
I like that his new Disney Plus show is called Welcome to Earth. I think that's funny.
Oh hey,
That's a joke.
I love that. It's a reference.
I like
a
Willow
reference.
Smith.
I do like Willow Smith.
Willow Smith
I like
is
Jaden
fun.
Smith. He's great.
They're all
Good music.
They're all fine.
He did the music for Miles Morales. That's a good game.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I did not
the
know
end
that.
credits song. Yeah, that's his.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
I will not be watching King Richard though.
No,
No.
it's on HBO Max, but I'm not watching it.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. I can get more ads for it every time I open up HBO Max.
Sick.
Okay,
oh no. Oh.
I need everybody who mindlessly supports A24, and I'm there sometimes. We need to put our foot down. This movie, Come On, is nothing. It is nothing. I'm sorry, Carrie. I watched the trailers for this, and I'm like, come the fuck
You
on.
were like, come
man.
on.
Come on!
God damn it.
I've never known anyone have that much of an angry response to a very...
It's just nothing.
I know, I agree. That's why your anger is so fun to me.
I am excited.
Oh, okay.
I think it looks very good.
You're excited to see what the Joker's up to now.
I like Joaquin Phoenix.
I do like Joaquin Phoenix.
The synopsis sounds interesting.
It does.
I will be watching it.
I also will be watching it.
Okay.
I think I made this joke to you where like I feel like this Oscar season there are too many black and white
everything's
movies.
black and white.
And like I like a black and white movie. They look very good, but like when they're all like wrapped around each other, it's like, all right, guys.
What the fuck is going on?
Relax, okay? It can be art and also have color too, okay?
Exactly.
Jesus. Like, I don't get why, like, the Macbeth movie, I get why that's in black and white. Why is Come On in black and white? It looks like it's set in modern day. It's like, why was Nebraska in black and white? For no reason, besides being art.
I wasn't downsizing in black and white.
Oh, God, that movie would have been so much better if I saw less of it.
Anyways, so to say, audience, I am excited to not see a single trailer for Come On ever again. That's
Okay.
right.
I like that trailer.
Oh, God.
I
Anyway,
just like Joaquin Phoenix, okay? Leave me alone.
I think again,
I
I,
do like
think the
Joaquin
Joker
Phoenix.
really fucked me up, man.
Yeah.
That's the guy. That speech at the Oscars sucked. We all need to remember that speech sucked. So that's who that man is. And I get it. He's had some hard times. He's had some hard times. I get it.
Yeah, he was in the movie Joker.
He was in the movie Joker. But still, I have no interest in him, I think, anymore. Anyways,
I like her.
what the heck is 8-Bit Christmas?
Oh, this
This
movie.
looks awful.
This
Yes,
sounds bad.
right? George, you know the movie The Wizard, right?
I do know the wizard.
This looks like the movie The Wizard. It's
Okay.
about a bunch of kids and like It's about Neil Patrick Harris
Okay.
telling his kids about some adventure he had as a kid trying to get a Nintendo Entertainment System.
So yes, this is the wizard.
This is the wizard, and it's just like it's about this like small town losing their mind over the Nintendo Entertainment System because they're all trying to get, because it's the hot toy for Christmas. It's so bizarre because it's just like they're just saying the Nintendo Entertainment System. Like it's like, oh, it's the Game Pod. But like it's just the Nintendo Entertainment System. It's so weird.
If anything, they would call it the Atari.
Yeah. It's so weird that a movie like this is coming out right now.
I have not seen the trailer for this.
I saw it before a YouTube video once, and I was like, "What? Are you kidding?" I feel like I was flown back 40 years. It's crazy. Yes, it looks bad, Carrie. The title is bad.
It is.
And it just looks. It's just the movie The Wizard.
So it's the wizard mixed with Jingle All the Way.
I was gonna make
Yes,
a Jingle
yes,
All the Way
yes.
joke, but I didn't know if it would land. Be like, Nintendo Entertainment System,
Get
Turbo
away,
Man.
Get away from my cookies. You know.
Put that cookie down.
Yeah, exactly. Good stuff.
That's a good movie. You like that movie, Ryan? You like?
I haven't seen it in a
Jingle All the Way.
long time. It's been a long time.
Is that gonna be added to our
As
Christmas
someone who lives
marathon,
with
Carrie?
Greg, he loves
Oh
Arnold
no!
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, he loves. Oh, these cookies.
Put the cookie down.
Anyways,
There's some sick people in this world.
Anyways, that's that. I guess that exists. Licorice Pizza. I do not know. I have not seen. I have not seen Punch Drunk Love. I have not seen
Good
any
movie.
movies by. I'm trying to get his name.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yes, I always confuse him with Paul W.S. Anderson, who's the director of
the better Paul
different
Anderson.
movies.
Yeah. I would probably love Boogie Nights. I should watch Boogie Nights.
I haven't seen that.
I have
one.
not seen that. No.
Oh yeah.
He's also done The Master and
Master's good.
Phantom Thread.
Your movie.
Phantom Thread is one of my favorite movies
Yeah.
of all time.
So what's the vibe of Licorice Pizza? Because every time the trailer plays, I'm like, "Life on Mars is a good fucking song," and that's all I got.
This movie, I'm very interested in this, but the tone of the trailer kind of goes all over the place. Where I'm like, I don't know what kind of movie this is supposed to be. Is this more fun or just more like The Master, which he's made, which is not very fun?
It doesn't mesh with any of the Paul Thomas Anderson movies that I've personally seen, because it just seems like a fun movie about a guy who makes movies.
Yeah.
And whereas the movies I've seen of him are just like about pain.
Well, it's because like
I mean, he also did Valley Girl, so you know.
I haven't seen that. I guess Punch Drunk Love is more like
that's a very
about
angry movie.
Pain and anger, but also love. So
Yeah.
maybe this will have.
I don't know. It's
fall
just
into
like
that.
because the trailer goes because like the trailer ends with like the whole like he's holding the telephone like he's like shushing like he's like scared. It's like why is he scared? This is a weird tone to end on.
I don't know.
So it's just I don't know.
I'm very curious about this movie and very excited.
I'm excited for it too.
It's got the singer from Haim in it.
Yeah. It looks fun. I'm just the tone of the trailer is like weird to me. I don't know if it's
Life on Mars is a very good song.
That is a good
That's all I
song.
gotta say. As a trailer editor who gets paid sometimes to do that, I'm like, man, that's a. You can put anything to this.
No
just
complaints
fucking.
here.
You can just do whatever you want. Like, that's a good trailer. I listened to Life on Mars multiple times in the week since seeing that trailer multiple times. Also, there's like weird recuts of that trailer where they took off the part where she shows the boobs or the gasoline part, and I thought that was interesting.
Weird.
Anyways,
decisions.
but yeah.
Speaking of Paul W.S. Anderson.
Exactly. You know what I'm
We're
saying.
always on top of it here.
How is this movie coming out? Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City, a reboot of the Resident Evil movie franchise that is being a faithful adaptation of the video games.
Of the very first game.
Nah, it's the first like 3. Kinda.
Oh, that can't be good.
Maybe first 2. But 3 is
that
kind
still
of.
can't be good.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on there.
This trailer
with a little bit of Code Veronica. There's a lot going. We're doing a lot of stuff here. We love the fans, and we want to give them the fan service, folks.
What do you? If you love the fans, don't put everything in the one movie because the one movie is gonna make no
That's
sense.
always a great sign when you put all your eggs in the one basket you're provided.
It's terrible.
Anyways,
this trailer looks horrible.
it looks. I we've been talking about
You've
using
played
music,
every single Resident Evil game.
but I love the music choice.
It's very
fucking
I don't remember the music
love
choice.
it. It's Four Non Blondes. Hey, it's Four Non Blondes.
Oh,
I love that choice. I was like,
I hadn't seen the trailer, and then I got it before last night in Soho, I think, for the first time, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This is great.
it's great. Again, inspired trailer choice.
Yeah.
Good job, person.
Yeah. I probably won't watch the movie, but I do love the
You know,
inclusion of
Carrie,
that.
This just feels
you're
like-
around. You're making a phone call.
Well, I
just
mean, if you guys
feels-
go, I won't say no, but...
It just feels like a Netflix movie that's
Yes.
not going to be on Netflix.
Yes.
It's because Netflix has like an animated Resident Evil movie too, right?
Yeah, but who cares?
But that's a different thing. So it just confused. I don't know.
My thing is, but like they've clearly no interest in spending more money than like X amounts for these films.
Oh yeah.
since the first one where they spend it all and like, oh, we don't have to try actually, and China will watch this movie.
These fans will watch anything. They're stupid. Look at them.
I mean, I'm fascinated to watch it, like somebody watch a Dragon Ball Evolution or like the weird adaptation of a thing, right? Because it's all like, okay, so this time you're actually doing the source material, and it seems like you're doing it really badly. I'll watch it so I can.
Still need to watch Dragon Ball. That movie's on Prime now.
Right?
I need to. I've never watched that movie. I need to watch.
I have not seen
so
Dragon Ball Evolution
bad.
since it came out.
Oh, you want to watch it?
Maybe.
Yes.
No.
Carrie,
Anyways,
you'll watch
No,
Dragon Ball
probably
Evolution.
not.
so George will
Carrie,
watch.
It's horrible.
So Ryan, I'm telling you guys right now, you will get text messages from me at some point when Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City
Okay.
comes out.
Okay.
So you'll probably watch.
I'm a busy guy, George. I don't know if you've seen
Yeah.
my life.
I don't know if you know this, but the new Animal Crossing update just came out.
Oh,
So
that's
Ryan's pretty stacked in his schedule.
Exactly.
So all I'll say is it's weird that this movie's coming out where the Resident Evil franchise has never been more popular. It feels like in terms of like general consensus.
Yeah,
Like,
like the last two games.
The
have been
last
pretty big.
4 video games have been very big, and so people like have a good grasp on it. So I don't know what they're thinking of accomplishing, but we'll see. I don't know. I'll watch it. It looks cheap as fuck. Resident Evil. Never been a better time.
Do you guys mind if we end this podcast on a prayer? Okay.
What?
In the name of the
Ah.
Father and the Son and the House of Gucci.
Father, son, and
House of Gucci.
Oh, mamma mia! I'm the Gucci, you know.
He's a real firecracker.
Cracker, hey, pizza.
I've just understood now that I will watch any movie that Lady Gaga is
Yeah.
in.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
I feel
'cause
so
she's
bad.
great. She's great, right?
fantastic.
I know, right?
I mean, she looks like she's having fun.
Yeah.
That's
So-
all I care about is her happiness.
Yes.
But what the fuck is
I
this
wake up every
movie?
day. I think, oh, God, I hope she's doing fine.
What the
Speaking of more,
is this
more
movie?
trailer music choices.
Oh my God.
Wait, what was the music in this one again?
The first one
that I
was
Because there was two.
yeah, the first one was the Blondie song.
Oh yeah.
No, the second one was Sweet Dreams, of course.
Well,
you
yeah.
lazy
Oh,
motherfuckers.
that's
you
the second
lazy
one.
mother. You could
No,
have
I
done.
like the first one.
You
more.
could have done anything. Use Obsession or something from the 80s. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Tainted Love. I don't know.
Ooh.
That would've been
That'll be
fine.
the next one.
This movie looks like nonsense.
Oh, I'm so.
I know, right?
I'm so
Visually-
fucking excited.
Just like what? Ridley Scott. Ridley, buddy.
Did he have a movie? Did he have another movie come out this year?
He keeps doing that.
Making
Look
movies?
at this.
Well, yeah, and everyone's like, stop, please. Well, because he had that one year where Alien Covenant and that other movie came out.
The Last Duel?
Oh yeah, he did the last.
He
Duel.
did The Last Duel.
Yeah.
I will not be watching that movie
I also will
either.
not be watching that. I could not. That's a movie. That's another trailer where I'm glad I will never see again because that was boring.
Yeah.
Ridley Scott. What is? Come on. What?
More like
You
Deadly
haven't made.
Squad.
What? Why? Exodus. Why are you making? Why are you so bad at making films? Can you stop? Please.
I got the best thing about this guy Ridley Scott. George, look at that. I'm showing George the
Hell
poster that's
yeah.
just Lady Gaga.
That's
Nice.
fine. That's fine. But I'm just saying, I'm not an Italian, but if I ran an Italian defamation league, I would be asking Ridley Scott some questions. And maybe Jared Leto, specifically.
Oh,
Jared
100%
Leto.
yes. But like, what's good about this is I feel like he's probably gonna die in this movie.
Ooh.
Because I don't know a whole lot about this whole Gucci scandal.
Gabagool.
I know that I know that there's hitmen involved.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly who dies.
Oh,
I'm assuming
man.
Adam Driver's gonna die because he's
That'd be fun.
Lady Gaga. That would be hilarious.
Just, you know,
I just love
just
how
don't know what to
I
say.
know that Lady Gaga is trying to kill someone in the Gucci family. I don't remember who or what.
or why.
We'll see.
Man.
I'm excited.
I'm
I feel
very
like it's gonna be because the movie's also like 2.5 hours, so it's gonna be like a lot.
Now this is a movie that we're gonna get 2 beers each. It can be
Oh,
like House of Gucci, please.
My God, I just
Okay, I like this. I like this. We'll be at Alamo. We'll
Yeah,
probably be
yeah.
the ones there.
I just
And I'll be. We both want 2 beers, and I want you to down all 4 of
I'll
them.
do it. I'll
Hell
fucking do
yeah!
it.
I just want to say
I will
God,
drive your Chrysler home, and it'll be great.
God bless everybody who loves Lady Gaga and who's watching this movie, who can't, like, just the normal people who like can't grasp the trailers. Like, I don't think this is gonna be as good as you think it is. I love Lady Gaga. I like A Star Is Born. I saw A Star Is Born for the first time this year. It's a good movie. Did not go what I expected to go. It's pretty good.
There you go.
She is very good in that.
She's very good in that
Fantastic.
movie. I love Lady Gaga again.
Remember
but
how
this,
she got like an what was it, an Academy Award for the season of American Horror Story that was not very good because
Oh,
she
the
was
Emmy?
yeah she got the Emmy for that. Sorry,
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. She got an Oscar eventually.
Yeah, for Shallow.
She has to get an EGOT eventually, right?
Yeah, she just needs the Tony.
How is she not have a Tony?
She hasn't written anything for Broadway.
How has she not done that yet,
I don't
Carrie?
fucking know. Ask her.
Miss Gaga, what are you doing?
Probably should have done that instead of this, but you know what?
Well, I mean, probably.
Anyways, I will absolutely watch this nonsense.
Yes.
This looks showgirls
Yes.
level.
Yes.
Terrible. Hopefully nobody gets raped in this movie.
No. Don't put
Okay,
that out there.
we'll all get 2 beers. Carrie's
Give
gonna have
me
all
6
of them.
beers. If you want me to get shit faced to watch this movie, I would love to do that.
Yes.
It might be nauseating because what are they doing with the camera work and the coloring?
Maybe I'll save my free Alamo ticket to see this again, not shit faced.
Whoa, I understood that more when I was
Then we
drunk.
record the podcast and I'm like, that's the best movie I've ever fucking seen. I don't know why.
Carrie, you had 4 Bud Lights.
I'm not gonna drink fucking Bud Light.
Carrie, you're gonna drink what I order. I'm ordering the Bud Lights.
Yeah, I want Ryan to order my drinks for me.
Anyways, we are about to reach the end of Tenet here, and that's the end of the podcast as well.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's the end of Tenet.
Kiss. Oh no, they didn't kiss.
Carrie, where can folks find you on?
You can find me on Letterboxd just by searching my first name, Carrie, Karrie, or on Twitter at KAR_E Lyles, LYLES.
Ryan, where can folks find you?
I am at Letterboxd. I'm at Film Piece. Like a piece. But like it's film.
Like a piece of pie.
Like a piece of film, though.
Oh.
It's a thinker, huh?
Oh, like a think piece, but about films.
I like that.
I
idea.
realize I still don't know what they grab out of this thing.
Out of the
Out of
nuclear
They grab a
main-
Tesseract thing, I think.
They grab the plot.
No, they don't.
And then the plot goes backwards from there. It all makes sense in the end.
You can find me at jcruzalvarez26.
All I'm gonna say is I love people who love the movie Tenet because like they're so passionate about the
never
movie Tenet.
met any of these people.
There's people who
I've seen people
love,
online.
yeah,
that
and
like
I
it a
love
lot.
that for them.
Yeah.
I
That's
wish
how I'm gonna be with House of Gucci.
that's how I currently am with the movie Spencer.
Oh.
No, that's the sincerity, though.
No, yeah, Spencer's just actually good.
Oh, that's true. Then what's my House of Gucci? Is it House of Gucci?
Maybe.
Might be.
I hate how right now it's
No.
probably Last Night Soho, and I feel bad about that. Because I know the reasons you guys don't
I
like
don't know,
it,
let
because
me
we
look.
haven't gotten into that so much.
Let me look at your movies here. I know you own that shit ass Carrie remake.
I haven't
Oh
seen
yeah,
that
but I
since we watched it.
rewatched that like a year ago, and I was like, oh no, that's not good.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's some other Kristen Stewart movie that's
I mean, we
bad.
could say that about a lot of
Welcome
this
to
stuff.
Ripley's. I don't know what's next.
I've not seen Welcome to Ripley's. I've heard that.
Zathura.
Now that's a good
I've
movie.
seen Zathura, but I saw that back before I knew who she was.
The Messenger.
I think your
Okay,
tastes are all pretty
we
sincere.
need to
What?
watch The Messenger, the horror movie that she
Yeah.
made. We talked
Is
about
that
this once.
The one from forever ago? With
Yeah.
the
Oh,
sunflower
Forever.
farmers?
Yeah.
I've seen that.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Somehow we're still recording. Anyways, that's a podcast.
I don't remember it, so I could watch it again. I remember watching it as a
Okay.
child and being confused, so...
It is old.
I just want to watch movies with my friends.
Oh, no.
Oh no. We'll think about what My House of Gucci might
Yeah, I don't know if you have
Next
one.
time.
one.
I
got
have
it.
a lot of those.
Yeah, you do.
And I love that for you.
Anyways, until next time.
A cue for
Bye-bye.
wellness.